What's up, people? We may be skipping again tonight. I'm not sure if my feed is skipping again. If not, it is recorded on YouTube for YouTube tomorrow, which will be out in the morning. I think the sound is all good, but for some reason my OBS seems to be overheating. I don't know if I put the right antifreeze in it right now. It might be all right now, but welcome to the room, people. I got to see if I have sound first. I'm always paranoid about that. We got a really cool show tonight. I'm just hoping we're not on delay. So let me see what's going on right here. I could not tag Bobby McCarron here. All right, it looks great. It looks great so far. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. But I'm taking it. I'm taking it. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm burping all over the place. Anyway, we are live on Instagram, on the Ambassador of the Fighters Instagram page. So if you want to check us out there, a behind the scenes kind of look at how we do things here, you can check it out there, or you can check us out on YouTube tomorrow, where hopefully the edits are better than how it's turning out on Facebook. But it looks like it's all right now. So we'll see what's going on. But I will be calling Nick Marsello from New England Combat Sports, a great new media company in New England covering combat sports, all combat sports. Mostly it's been Jiu-Jitsu, because that's all that's been going on, being allowed to go on in New England. So they've been covering that extensively. I'm going to talk to these guys about how they got started. I met them at the Enigma, grand opening tournament in January, the beginning of January. We are still in January, but we are at the end of January. So time travels fast. So I had a great time with those guys. Those guys did so many cool things at that show. I got to see how they worked behind the scenes, which was really cool. And they put a great highlight video together about the whole tournament. So it was really special. It was a great day, and I thank them for letting me be involved. Also, shout out to Pay-Per-View Productions, who was a partner with New England Combat Sports that day at Enigma at their tournament. And it was a well-oiled machine. So we're going to talk to Nick about his company, New England Combat Sports, and how he kind of teamed up with Pay-Per-View to get some production shit out there, and with Enigma and Christos Papadelos, how they all got together, and kind of what's in store for them in 2021. They got another tournament. Let me take a sip of my green tea. They got another tournament in March. It's on a Saturday, and we're going to talk to Nick about that also. Because he's doing a lot of media, a lot of highlight stuff, a lot of stuff to get ready for that. So what's up, everyone out there? Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully my OBS isn't overheating like last week when everything was skipping. It was a really pisser. But we are on YouTube. We will be on YouTube in the morning. This whole podcast will be there, and it will be perfect. So with that said, we're doing it a couple of minutes. All right, before I call Nick, I want to throw this out there. There was a couple of announcements of New England fighters that are fighting in February 12th, both of them for two different organizations, though. Richie Santiago will be fighting, and I'll be flashing that poster in a second. Richie Santiago will be fighting on February 12th, and Fabio Charant will be fighting on February 12th also, but he will be at a different promotion, fighting for their 205 light heavyweight professional title. So I'm going to flash their two posters right there. So Santiago is at Titan FC. I do believe that is in Florida. And Charant headlining main event, I would imagine, at LFA, which is huge. Both Fight Pass fights, cards. Jeff Joy, how you doing? Danny Navarro, Carlos Eastwood. How's everyone doing out there tonight? So with that said, we got Charant, he takes this guy out. That's a trip right to the UFC. Fabio Charant, I'll call it right now. He wins that championship. He will be in the UFC in the next couple of months if he's healthy. If he's healthy, he'll be in the UFC by April, I say. With that said, so what time is it? We got another minute. So Santiago, I'm not sure if he's fighting at 135. I would imagine it's 135, his first fight back in some time through the COVID times. So he's fighting a 6-0. The dude Montez is 6-0. Young dude. Not that Richie isn't a young dude, but Richie is a veteran compared to this kid. Richie has fought on the Contender Series. And we will have Richie on the show hopefully next week. Not on the live podcast. I will be interviewing him on a one-on-one and talking about what's going on through all his training and his matchup and all that good stuff. So it'll be edited really, 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 really cool. So let me see if Nick is ready. Let me get that. Oh, that was a Connor meme. That wasn't. We weren't ready for that. So Nick is right here. How you looking? You ready? I'm going to say ready. This will be the first time Nick is on the show. And it's really cool. I'll be interested to talk to him about, yeah, he's ready, how he got started in this. Hopefully my video works because, I think I'm going to screw everything up all the time. So here we go. Nick Marsello from New England Combat Sports. Let me get him on here. Nick, my man.
Steve.
Hey, you're not on yet. I gotta set your stuff up. They can hear you and stuff, but how you doing, buddy, man? Thanks for coming on, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Let me get you on. I gotta get your profile picture up here so everyone can see your Instagram handle and all that good stuff, my friend. So Nick, where you calling from before I throw you on here live?
Denver, actually.
Really? Denver? What you doing in Denver?
Trying to grow this a little bit.
Oh, really? So you all right? So all right, man. We'll get to Denver. We'll talk about what you're growing first, and then we'll get to Denver and what you're doing over there, my friend. So Nick, first time on the show. Lots of things happening to you in the last under a year since COVID took over everyone. So man, first, I want to say congratulations on everything that you've done so far as media and getting yourself out there and, selling your product and, just the path you made so quickly. So congratulations, bro.
Thank you.
So, brother, first question is, man, I know you got a little background in the martial arts. I've seen you rolling and stuff like that. But first, brother, let's talk about New England Combat Sports and how it came about, how you got the idea and the inspiration behind it.
The short answer probably would be one day I was at Skill of Strength just doing my normal routine, and Calvin just came off a big knockout, so he was kind of like the man. And it was the first time I really saw a New England guy on ESPN. So he came over to me and my coach at the time, and we both talked to him. We were like, "Oh, congratulations! That's cool to be on ESPN." He was like, "Yeah, it is." So I don't know. I kind of started remembering back in high school. I used to watch other people's game film on this website Huddle. So it kind of just made the connection. I was like, well, maybe regional guys could start to build our own network and kind of have our own highlight reels. So that's kind of what started it. But as far as inspiration, I've always been training. I grew up in MMA gyms and stuff. So really it was just kind of my way of I guess giving back a little bit. I've gotten so much from martial arts. I've taken so much in. It's just kind of it's nice to have an outlet for it. You know what I mean? I'm just I'm such a weird guy walking around. There's pride guys, but I'm a CES guy. I can tell you these weird stories and stuff. And I've just been in camps that are nobody cares about but me. You know what I mean? So it's just it's nice to just get that out there. And it's at the point now where each individual fighter kind of has their own team rallying behind them. So you put something out there, you get to see their whole network just really appreciate it. So I think that's kind of what keeps me going as I'm doing it.
Excellent. Do you have background? Did you have background in in editing, anything like that, or how'd you jump over that hurdle there?
Man, I don't really know. Like, I guess I knew more than the average person, right? So I don't know. I just kind of started messing around, and like, to be honest with you, what really happened was Christos, Connor, and I all competed on the same day, and Connor had just bought his little camera, and like I was kind of thinking, oh, it'd be cool if we could get like a graphic on the screen that said like, like our name with the time. And that was just kind of the start of it. And like I just kind of gears started turning, and I started doing it for other people, and people started to dig it. So like I kind of got really in depth with it, and 4 or 5 months later, here we are.
A lot of YouTube videos, a lot of Googling. How do I, you know what I mean? Like a lot of that, or is it a lot of, asking questions to people that kind of knew what was going on?
I got to shout out Lazard Productions because like he's been really really helpful as far as like just kind of like helping me break stuff down. Like I kind of watch what he does, and like he'll teach me some stuff. But honestly, it's a lot of trial and error, just throwing stuff out there and seeing what gets a response. And like I don't know, like I do something every single day. You know what I mean? It's just like martial arts. Like if you're gonna get better at it, you got to put work in. So I put in hours. You know what I mean? Like 12-hour days aren't uncommon for something like this to get it done. Like it's just funny. Like you'll think you have everything done, and then somebody drops out, and then all of a sudden you need to make 12 graphics for one guy on such short notice. So
Yeah,
that's kind of my thing. Is like I don't want to be like one of those promotions where it's like just throw like a little shadow guy up there,
Yeah.
it'll be fine. Because like it drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely nuts. So like I kind of pride myself on being able to do that for people, and just like, okay, like no sleep tonight, we're gonna do this.
It's great too. I mean, the fighters appreciate it. It looks awesome, and it's art. You're creating art, and it's passion, man. You're getting feedback, which makes you want to do it even more. But you're creating it. It's yours, and I don't do the extent to yours, but when I make a podcast or I create something and I did it all, by scratch and stuff, man, it's something that someone can't, it's art to me, you know what I mean? And you're learning every day. Like you said, you're always putting something out there, and you're seeing if it sticks or not. And you got to keep throwing it out there, man. You can't be afraid of failing in this.
Right, right. And that's a big thing too. Like you got to be exposed, and like a lot of people don't want to do that, which is crazy to me because they're like, it's a lot of fighters. You know what I mean? Like they go out there like in their underwear and they'll roll around with each other. But when it comes to like, hey, you want to do an interview? They're like, whoa, whoa, like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm like I put on an event. I'm like, guys, you need to get a picture taken so we can put on like a graphic, and everybody's like, really want my picture taken. I'm like, bro, like.
Yeah, yeah.
Humor me for 10 seconds, and then like they see the results, and they're like, oh, I get it. Like it's I think that's my favorite thing about this is like I can sit here and flap my gums for hours and nobody's gonna see the value, but if I make a graphic and people can physically like understand what I'm talking about, it changes everything.
I met you. I've been seeing what been doing because I'm friends with Christos, and him and I have been following each other for a while now. I seen you guys from the highlight films you were making with him when he would go into competition. He was talking about he had a friend that would like come there. Was that you, or was that the pay-per-view production guys?
Most likely that's Connor Hughes at Pay-Per-View Productions.
Okay.
He's the one that does all those really cool videos that kind of like highlight the whole day. Like it's pretty incredible how fast he's come along too. He's another one, man. Like he got the camera, and then I started making graphics right around the same time, and like his progression is insane because if you go back and watch that first video, like that really started it all, it's unwatchable. But we are now, so I mean we're getting better each time.
Excellent. Yeah. And do you guys team up on a lot of stuff, or was that kind of you just ran into each other and you kind of, were you, at the Enigma? I'm going to ask you like 12 questions in one question.
Yeah,
but at Enigma, were you guys as a team there, or were you doing your own separate things?
I think it's kind of just understood at this point, like how we function together. So I put on my own event. I did the Madeleine Invitational in December. and we really had no clue what we were doing, to be honest with you. We got hit with a snowstorm too, so we lost a lot of people the day of. Like, I had a photographer that fell out, I had fighters fall out, so we really tried to make the best of it and try to get something on the streaming service. And it wasn't ideal, but we ended up making it work. Moving forward with the next one, we had a much clearer idea of what needed to happen, and we had a lot more like hands involved. So now that we're kind of like established in doing this and people kind of see what exactly like the results are, now we're starting to get people that want to like hold the cameras and want to be involved, and it's great. Like, it's the more people we have helping out that know what they're doing and are passionate and want to do things, like that kind of takes some stuff off my plate, so I don't have to film and edit and do graphics and this and that. I can just do the graphics, and they're going to be the best possible graphics, and people are going to film, and it's going to be the best possible film. So that's kind of what we're going towards, really. But we don't really team up on very much. It's kind of like we have separate entities. It's very strange. It's kind of everybody's self-sufficient. We just kind of all come together, and it works out great. It's really ironic. We have like somebody doing graphic design and video production and running a gym, but it's kind of just came together for a reason. It's very strange.
Well,
it works.
A lot of dudes, a lot of guys, a lot of gym coaches, owners and stuff, they had to resort to that during COVID, was to learn how to get online, how to do that stuff, how to be, social media, savvy at this point, you know what I mean? So, COVID helped a lot of gyms. It made a lot of gyms fail too. But, the people that had to think out of the box and really, the ambitious ones really got online there and they made things work for themselves. And, dude, what you're doing for New England, because there's not enough guys covering the New England scene as far as anything other than MMA. I mean, you're all over Jiu-Jitsu. It's the only thing happening right now, but that's a whole nother world right there, and stories that need to be told, and matches that need to be seen. You know what I mean? As far as the New England level, because we get amazing athletes out there. Not only MMA crossovers or MMA guys that are great in jiu-jitsu, but just jiu-jitsu competitors as a whole in New England, man. And you guys are doing it for them right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a completely separate goal too. Like you get these guys like not to toot my own horn, but it's 60-hour weeks, like working, and then on top of that training to compete and like still managing to get it done. It's like that's what like I'm proud of. You know what I mean? It's got nothing to do with like the tournament itself. It's more like what led up to that, and like nobody really cares because nobody really tells the story. And you go to Grappling Industries, and it's like I don't know. I don't like competing with an AAU basketball game going on. I don't like I don't like 5-year-old kids around me when I compete. I want to compete. I want to actually like go do like we're trying to somewhat bring it back to what jiu-jitsu used to be. It used to be in a gym. It used to be 2 guys. It used to be sub only. It used to be who's the better submission artist, not like who's the best at points. And like that's kind of what it's become, is like, give me $120, compete, and whatever happens, and then nobody really cares about your match. And like the way I've always seen it was like, if I'm paying you $120, you work for me. So like you're providing insurance and a mat and all this stuff. Like, why is it not up to par? Like, why is it acceptable to DQ me because I didn't hear my match was coming up? Because I don't know. It's just these stupid little things, and it's kind of motivated us to do like our own thing and really take it into our own hands, and kind of like, why don't we tell these guys stories? Like, what's wrong with the 90% of us that do this regionally and have a wife and kids and work a job and have responsibilities and stuff? And like there needs to be something for us. Like, it's cool CES is the bridge to the UFC, but what about the guys that are perfectly content working a job and taking care of things around here and still want the recognition because like they deserve it? There's no difference. There's really no difference.
Exactly. Dude, as far as you and stuff, you got a bunch of stuff. I mean, you have a pay-per-view that you're teamed up with. Is that a separate thing, or is that something that you're promoting for someone else, another kind of partner or something?
Are you talking about the streaming service?
Yeah, the streaming service, because you're doing it all. I mean, you come out of COVID like with everything going on right now, man.
Yeah. So I mean, again, like my whole plan was kind of I wanted to help existing promotions step it up, but nobody seemed interested. Everybody kind of brushed me off. So I was like, you know what? Like, I know what I want to do. I'm just going to do it. So a big part of it was I needed a place to host my content that wasn't YouTube, because it's so hard to find stuff on YouTube now. It gets buried, and like I wanted to monetize it so I could get something back on it, and I didn't want to like charge like anything astronomical too. So I kind of found this model that works, and it was like, you know, $199 a month. That's pretty reasonable for what we're doing, because we are learning. You know what I mean? It's asking people to help us like get something back so we can help like up our production value, because you know it costs money to do this stuff, as you know. Like that whole setup you have right there wasn't, nobody gave it to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you do have to level up production. So I think charging $199 a month is pretty fair, but that's kind of what we're doing, is we're just putting out these like pay-per-view events for $199 a month, or I think it's $12.99 for the whole year. So it really, really helps us out. You guys can find that at regionalcombatsports.com. Just go to the watch tab and subscribe. But there's a whole bunch of free content on there too. Some videos we've taken at Grappling Industries, or just existing fighters that have asked to be on there and stuff, just like throwing out content. But yeah, I mean, if you guys don't want to subscribe and you just want to check out the free stuff, every now and then we throw out a free fight. So just keep an eye on it, regionalcombatsports.com.
Excellent. And you know what? You're giving these other competitors film to look at. You know, I mean, we got all these competitions. Yeah. I mean, they don't, you know, it's given them study, you know what I mean? And it's also given the beginner, or, you know, the intermediate guy or girls footage to look at, to see these moves in real competition. It isn't, you know, it's real time, you know what I mean? And these transitions, man, are real. And to see that at a level like this, I mean, it's great, man, what you're doing. And as far as the streaming service, it's at Newenglandmma.com.
Regionalcombatsports.com.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I have it up here, the picture of it right here. That I stole everything off your Instagram. Okay, we're going to talk about that too. Yeah, we got about 10 more minutes before I have Bobby on, who you know very well. But like I said, yeah, dude, you got it everywhere. Your Instagram, as far as like, I reached out to you because I do most of my my video call-ins are mostly through Messenger and stuff. That works very good for me. There's a couple of great avenues that people use, but this works great for me. But I couldn't get you on Facebook or nothing. You're huge on where? Instagram, is it YouTube, or just online? I'm
slowly building a YouTube presence.
All right.
Slowly. But I will eventually grow the Facebook too. It's just Instagram's the big one right now.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody seems to be on it. So.
Yeah, I took like a video of your Instagram showing some of your stuff there, so I'm gonna play it as we talk about that, because your Instagram's booming, buddy. You know, you have your highlight stuff on there. You have your you know, your promotions of the fights going on, the fighters and stuff like that. You have your own podcast going on too that you recently started. So, dude,
yeah, brand new.
Dude, you don't stop. I work a full-time job. I work 60 hours a day. As soon as I get out of work, my kids are grown, so I don't have to watch them or anything. As soon as I get out of work, I come right into this podcast room, and I sit here for like 6 to 8 hours, and then I go home, sleep, go back to work. You're in there for 12, like you like 20. Wait, what do you sleep at the desk? Like, what's goes on?
Well, I'm very fortunate. I kind of have the luxury that for the longest time I've had a job that allowed me to do that. So it was a lot of downtime, but also when work needed to be done, I needed to put away my stuff and, you know, actually work. But it was also an office setting, so it was, you know, very easy for me to do it. They were fine with it. Now I'm kind of just, I've figured it out, you know, I've got the formula down. So it's just so simple to set it up and just do something from my phone, like in the car, and
Yep.
like I'm just living my life, and it's just like it's kind of just how I do things now. But I mean, yeah, I've just gotten used to it. I'm sure my lady hates it a little bit. Like I've definitely changed some things. I was never a phone guy ever.
Yeah.
But when it's actually doing something and it's like benefiting people and I'm getting such a positive reaction from it, you know, that I can't help but do it. So.
Hey, dude, I got 3 phones. Like I use 3 phones. I got 3 right now. I got 1, 2. I got one that's filming live on Instagram right now. Dude, like you, I have a job that I have downtown time, so I do most of my editing on my Android phone. Like, put the picture montage, grab video from Instagram, stuff like that if I want to add it into the podcast. So, dude, it's multitasking. Not everyone can do that. That's why you're successful and you're growing like real quick at it. Because not everyone can multitask like that and keep doing it every day and every day, man.
And I think that's something martial arts has taught me. I was notorious for overtraining. Like I was brutal, like absolutely brutal. But like it kind of developed this weird mindset where it's like I can just go forever, and like I don't know. It's one of those things. When I see results, I'm just like probably a little unhealthily addicted to positive results. So I can't stop. It's
our addiction, brother.
I have to see how big it can get.
Yeah, it's our addiction, man. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. It's a passion. Not that I want to call it an addiction, but dude, my girlfriend's said that to me. You need an intervention, Steve. She tried to shut Facebook and Instagram off on me, and I friggin' almost had a heart attack. So, dude, I just played a video of you rolling in a competition. I stole a bunch of shit off you there. As far as the rolling, where are you with that? Are you going to get in one of these Enigma Jiu-Jitsu rolling tournaments coming up?
Yeah. So as of right now, I'm in Denver. Like I said, I'm probably going to be setting up at 10th Planet Denver out here, just specifically because given the rule set that this thing is kind of taken, it's very sub only, very no gi heavy. So I mean, that's probably the perfect spot for me to go set up shop and kind of develop my skills. I think the plan would be for me to grab a training partner, maybe get some more talent out there and start to get things going where we start cross promoting some people. But that is the plan, to get on there. I mean, I'm not quite established out here yet, so I kind of need to like set some things up and figure out what I'm doing. I'd like to get Christos's event behind me, and then I'll kind of worry about competing and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's kind of my thing. Was like I really like no gi sub only, and there was really just the good fight, and those were super hit or miss. So now we have like a solid like roster of guys that are all about it. So, and growing every day. So
excellent. Yeah, you're doing great things, man. And I met you for the first time at the Enigma Jiu-Jitsu tournament. And
that's kind of fake news. That's fake news.
What do you mean? Why did I meet you somewhere? Where did I meet you? I apologize if I.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So I was in basketball shorts and a sweaty white T-shirt at Triforce, and you were interviewing Keith Jeffrey, and I was blown away way back when. I was like, oh, wow, there's media here. This gym is so legit. It was a game changer for me.
Dude, I forgot to ask you about that. Let me flash that because I put a picture montage.
Way back when.
I put a picture montage up earlier of you. I'm going to play it as we talk because I've seen you at Tyrene De Silva. Triforce is literally 12 minutes from where I live, down the road.
Oh,
I work 7 minutes from there. I actually rode there for a while until they started like killing me because I'm old and stuff like that. So and I saw you in pictures and I'm saying, what a small world. I said, where do you live? Like, where's your do you have a residence? Are you in a camper? Are you in one of those awesome?
I am not in a camper. I've had an eventful life, I guess. But originally, I'm from Rhode Island. I kind of had terrible luck with coaching at first. Like every gym I went to seemed to close down, and the owner would skip town right after. So it was just kind of a thing. Like I went to Iron Will, they shut down. I went to Newenglandmma, they shut down. Triforce took me in, but I didn't really know much because I had terrible gym etiquette because the other two gyms didn't teach me anything. So Spicy beat me up. And I just had a terrible run of it. So I kind of learned. The first time I really learned technique was at Triforce, and I just kind of from there I've been everywhere.
Amazing. Those guys are like best friends, like to me. Like they've been in this podcast room so many times. I actually talked to John Doomer last week. He's got some news coming out, I think. It might have dropped out. I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Not yet.
I know. Will you stop it? That had nothing to do with you.
right.
But I'm gonna have him down with a couple of. I probably have Tyreem in here again with him, and we're gonna talk about what's been going on. But shut up over there, dude. Last thing I want to say is you got a bunch of stuff coming out for this Enigma. Do you have anything else that you're promoting before this tournament, or is this it for you?
So right now, Enigma's the next thing we have coming up. He's probably going to be doing this all year long, guys. So if anybody's interested, hit up Christos, hit up Enigma Academy on Instagram. But yeah, so he's got that event coming up. I'm running trying to do something similar to Grappling Industries where it's a lot less intense and a lot more people can join. So we're going to be doing a sub-only thing in May. That's going to be like the Boston Open. You guys can find that on regionalcombatsports.com too. But it's $30 to enter. Literally what we're trying to do is that competitor money is going to be kind of our budget for the year to do like the insurance for all the other events. But you can win $300 potentially, or I'm sorry, $200 potentially. It's $100 goes to submission of the night, and $100 goes to each competitor in the match of the night. So we're doing a little something back, but yeah, once we get that going, that'll probably be an annual thing, and we'll just keep this going. Like I'm probably gonna run some, he's gonna run some, and we're just kind of trying to be a major player. But it's gonna take some time and recognition and raising some money to actually like do the things we want to do, like buy a nice set of mats and get some solid ring announcers and things like that. But I mean, everybody's been so helpful, and like the response has been great. So I mean, like it's just a matter of time really, because everybody's been so supportive. If we just kind of keep doing what we're doing and leveling up the production each time, like it's just a matter of time.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Dude, you need anything from us? Anything from me? I love doing stuff. I mean, there's nothing going on for me. I need to go somewhere. I need to go watch competition. I don't care at this point if it's, tortoise races. No, I'm only kidding. But I need action. So anything you need from me, dude, coming up for this Enigma event or New England Combat Sports, Newenglandmma.org, let me know.
Absolutely. It really, we do appreciate it too. Like you coming last time, like it just kind of levels everything up. You know what I mean? When everybody comes together, it's just great. Everybody brings something to the table. And that's really kind of what this whole thing's been about. Just everybody has something to contribute. So like, we're just kind of helping put a label on it, make it look pretty and market it. That's really all it is. And it helps all the competitors build their brand. It helps us put on more events. So.
Exactly, man. Well, congratulations, brother, on everything you're doing on the short time. As far as the media, you've been at the martial arts and all that for a while now. You know a ton of people. Sky's the limit for you, brother, because you know these people, you know them personally, and there's a ton of people for you to expose and promote in New England, brother. So last thing, shout out all your social media, how we get a hold of you, and send us off before I talk to Bobby, who I'll be calling in a couple minutes.
Awesome. So this is my shout out time?
Yeah, everything. Sponsors, whatever.
Cool.
Throw it out there. All
right. Shout out to Christos and Connor for helping me out like initially and giving me a push to actually like start everything. Shout out to Calvin Cater for giving me the time of day and kind of helping me jog this whole thing. Shout out to literally everybody that's been supportive from day one. Like I could name so many people, but like literally I just started an Instagram and hoped for the best. I had 100 followers the first day because everybody was just all about it. So like I'm just blown away to be a part of New England. Like, thank you guys. Awesome. You can follow me at New England Combat Sports. Definitely subscribe at regionalcombatsports.com. That's like a big part of our budget. So please watch your fellow competitors. Don't pirate it. Don't be lame. Just pay the $1.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And thank you, Steve. Obviously, thank you for having me on and giving me the platform. Yeah, you too. Tiger King. I'm not talking to Carol Baskin. I'm talking to you.
Fucking Carol Baskin. Dude, a pleasure, man. I look forward to like hanging out and seeing you guys work and getting work alongside you a little bit again down the line, man. So pleasure, bro. Let's talk again when when the event gets a little closer. We still got a little time. So man, I'm gonna play the Enigma video, the highlight one of this one coming up. And I'll send you off, brother. So don't hang up. I'm going to play it and say bye to you. So wait a minute.
Awesome.
Saturday, March 13th. The region's premier grapplers battle it out at the Enigma Invitational. Sub only, no e supervised. Jiu-Jitsu Super Fights. An 8-man sub-only tournament with $1,000 on the line. Available on demand at regionalcombatsports.com. Saturday, March 13th, the region's premier grapplers battle it out at the Enigma Invitational.
We are back! Awesome! That was awesome. I got to check in with Instagram over here and see if everyone is still... What's up, peoples? Awesome, Bobby. What's up, Bobby? Bobby, I'm calling you in like 2 minutes. So be ready. Be ready. All right. So I'm going to take a sip of my beer. Oh, I'm sorry, people out there. So that video... Oh, there I am right there. I'm missing from the screen. Yeah, that was a great interview. Nick Marsello from New England Combat Sports. Check them out on Instagram. I'm gonna show their Instagram real quick before I'm gonna call Bobby while this is happening. So let me get Nick's Instagram up there one more time so you can check his stuff out right there. So I'm gonna see if Bobby's ready. Where are you, Bob? All right, so Bob McCarron. Bob, it's a capital C. I didn't know that. Sorry. I'll change it. I can change that shit. I can change it. Oh, you guys can hear me. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Come on, Bobby. So this is New England Combat Sports IG page. You need to check it out. You need to check it out. You need to check it out. So let me shut that down. Let me shut that down real quick. Okay. Before I had our interview, we're going to talk a little bit before Bobby comes on because I said 9:10. Oh, here he is right here. I think he's ready. I think he's ready. Yep, he's ready. Bobby is ready. Bobby McCarron. All right, so I'm going to put his picture up, and I'm going to call him right now. See what's going on. Carlos Career. What's up? Bobby, where are you? Oh, there's no answer. Oh, I gotta... He called me. Are you there? Where is he? Where is he? Hold on. Wait a minute. I think he tried to... Oh, he tried to call me. All right, wait. I'm going to wait for him. Bobby, call me. I'll answer it. Sorry. Sorry. All right. Let me try to call him one more time. We've never done this before with Bobby, so I'm going to try to call him one more time. Well, not one more time. I'll call him like 17 times before I get him on this podcast. There he is.
What's up?
There's the dude, man. Look at him in this gi and ready to go, man. Did you just get done rolling just now, or you've been watching the show a little bit?
Yeah, right now. I just came off the mat.
Awesome, man. I'm going to get you up right now. They can hear you, just can't see you yet. I got your profile picture or something up right there. Where is he? There he is. There he is. Hold on. There he is. Let me get his face in there. There's Bob. Bob.
Yo.
Is it Robert? Is it Bob? Is it Bobby?
Bob.
What is
They call me Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob. That's awesome, man. Dude, welcome to the show for the first time, man. A pleasure having you on, man. How's everything going?
Everything's great, brother. Glad to be on.
Dude, we got a lot to talk about because there's a lot of stuff. When the first time I interview someone, I kind of rip into their Facebook and their Instagram. You don't have a Facebook, I just got to say. He just made one, I think. It's got like 4 pictures or whatever. But your Instagram, I was all over that. But we're going to talk about, before we get into the jiu-jitsu stuff, you're a barber.
I'm a barber.
Dude, let me just tell you one thing. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I love my barber, man. He's like my therapist. He's like... He makes me feel incredible. And when I never went to a barber up until about 8 years ago. and I don't know what I was missing. This guy makes me feel incredible, man. How long you been a barber, bro?
I've been a barber for about 8 years. Yeah, I mean, what you're saying about that is absolutely true. I mean, I think that's where Uncle Bobby came from too, is like, guys, like especially younger guys come into my chair and sit down. And like you said, when you're a barber, it's more than just cutting somebody's hair. You're building relationships with people. And like, after you cut people for many years, you walk them through a lot of their stuff in their life. You know what I mean? And especially these young kids who I see, maybe I started cutting their hair when they're 13 years old and now they're in their 20s. And that's where Uncle Bobby comes in. You know what I mean?
Awesome, my man. Dude, I'm gonna play I robbed a bunch of stuff on your Instagram, brother. I think I have some pictures of you cutting hair. Do you get rolling around? Do you cut any of your training partners here? Do they?
I do. Yeah.
No, so you got a never-ending supply of people coming in to get some work from you, huh?
For sure.
And the thing is, I mean, people like when you think of a barber. I'm sorry, I'm on the barber thing, but you guys are special. I gotta say,
I love it.
Think about a barber. They just don't. I mean, you're a stylist, but you're a barber. You guys are. I mean, you got to go to school for it. It ain't like you're just like shaving someone's head. But to give someone a shave and all that other stuff, man, there's a lot that goes behind it, and there's a lot involved, man. You guys make us feel incredible, man. And if I could afford it, I'd go every week.
That's right. There's an art to that, too. I'm a black belt in cutting hair.
Oh, you're a black belt in cutting hair? Uncle Bobby, the black belt. So, all right, my man, give a shout out where you cut hair anyway. Let me just throw that out there.
Well, right now I'm in between spots because of COVID-19 and all that. So, but basically, sometimes I'll travel to some people, so I'm in between spots right now.
Nice, my man. Well, I'm trying to find you a picture of all your. I can't find your barber picture. I had like all pictures. I was gonna bust your chops with this because you my man, like I just love it. When I learned about you, I said, "Here's a barber," and I appreciate you. Well, let's talk about jiu-jitsu now, my man.
Do it.
I met you. Are you gonna be like Nick and say I met you before the Enigma tournament?
Oh, that was the first time I met you.
All right, because he blew my mind when he said he saw me at like Triforce like 5 years ago or something like that. But
I was pumped to see it.
But because I.
On here, and I'm a big fan.
I thank you, my man. I walked in, and you were like the first guy, like you said, there's the ambassador. Now, let me just tell you something. You know already by following me. I can piss a few people off. So when I go to a place I've never been or a thing, it's like when someone knows you, I'm like, you're not a hater. Like I'm like, you're a hater or you love her. You're like, no, I love your shit, man. So I was like, I felt relief right there because I never know what I'm gonna run into. You know what I mean?
The memes, that's the Joe Exotic memes are the best.
Fucking Carol Baskin. So yeah, dude. So you're the first one, and then I didn't even know you were competing, but I seen you before because I'm a friend of Christos, and when he opened up Enigma, he had a bunch of like pictures and of guys training, girls training, and you were in a couple of them. And then I saw you in a highlight film with them at some other tournament.
Yeah.
And then I saw you on the mat. I'm like, that's the dude. And then you can't miss you because you have the best, the best rash guard in the New England.
Yeah, America.
In America.
America.
So, buddy, I'm going to stop talking. And I'm going to let you talk, Bob. So, there you go. So, I'm going to try to find some videos while you're talking about. Let's talk about this journey in jiu-jitsu and how it all got started, my man.
Well, okay, so, I mean, I actually started off boxing when I was 16 years old at Somerville Boxing Club. And my cousin started doing jiu-jitsu probably in about 2009. 2009, they started at a joint, and they told me to come in. And then I started moving around the mat. And when I found jiu-jitsu, then I was like, I was like, there's something to this. You know what I mean? Because the cousins that I was throwing them into the pool and dunking their head under the water would choke. I was like, no, I can't have this. I gotta learn and see what this is all about. So that's about, and then off and on I trained because, I was kind of a loser, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I didn't have my life together. I was actually kind of a street guy, basically a loser, right? And then.
Wait a minute. Why is that a loser? Were you breaking windows of cars and stuff like that?
A loser. Let's just say I wasn't doing what I should have been
All
doing.
right, okay.
I'm doing now. And, I got lost for many years. And then, a couple years back, I was in a real bad place in my life. I was, I'd lost my family. You know what I mean? I was kicked out of the place that I live with my home, and I had nothing, and I walked into Marsello BJJ. He's the head instructor here, and he's been a friend of mine for many years. As soon as he came here from Brazil, I had nothing. I knew I was missing something, and I went up to him and I said, listen, I got nothing, but I have a feeling that I need this in my life again. And he said, man, you come here every day, and I promise you your life's going to get better. And I haven't left since. And it's been like 2.5 years since I've been back, and all these blessings have been coming into my life. I got my family back. He has me teaching the kids classes here. My children are in the jiu-jitsu classes here. And now, rather than being a loser, I'm a role model to these kids here at the Jiu-Jitsu Academy.
You gained wisdom, street knowledge, and you have a lot to give back to these kids, man. Let's talk a little bit about your gym here and a recent promotion of yours, because it shows all the hard work that you put in and the passion and the steady work that you've been putting in. Let's talk about it, buddy. Promoted to purple belt recently.
Yeah, I was promoted to purple belt at the graduation. There was two graduations. There was the kids' graduation, and then there was the adult graduation. I was at the kids' one promoting my children. My kids and my nephew, they all got promoted to their first belt promotion. So I was there for that. And then I said, I'm going to stay around for the promotion because, I have a lot of friends here, and, jiu-jitsu's a grind. You got to show up every day. You know what I mean? And, you don't get promoted every week, every month. It's 6 months to a year where you get a promotion. And I just wanted to hang around and see some guys, get their promotions after all the hard work they did. And I was just here for support. And then my sensei, Mamao, surprised me with the purple belt. I had no idea I was going to get it.
Excellent, man. Well, while you were talking about it, I just played the video of the promotion. You walk it through. How was that feeling? I mean, not only to be promoted, but you walk through that line there. Let's talk about that to people that don't know what goes on with the jiu-jitsu promotions. What is that walk, that path that you walk there, and what does that mean?
What, when they whip you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a Brazilian tradition with some schools where when you get a belt promotion, you got to walk through that line, and then you just get a rap on the back. You know what I mean? You get more than a rap. You get a few raps on the back. But, and you feel like the pain of that for the next week or so. And for me, it brings me back to everything that I just went through to get me to that position, to that promotion where I'm at right now. So it's a great feeling. Pain is temporary, and that's jiu-jitsu too. You're gonna go through a lot of pain. There's gonna be you're gonna bump your head, going through this path, and then I guess that kind of represents that. The pain is temporary, and through the other side, there's a goal that you can reach.
Excellent, my man. Well, you're reaching so many goals right now as far as personal goals and, goals on the mat, getting your purple belt there, brother. Well, let's talk about the Enigma and how you got. How'd you started hanging out with those kids? Oh, one last thing, my friend. Not one last thing, but about the promotion. When you're on the sidelines whipping these people coming through, you seem like a guy that just doesn't whip them. You might throw a noogie in there or something like that. Is it?
I get a little pass, good game.
I was like, wait a minute. Is Uncle Bob like the last person in line? Like, this is the last person you got to go to before you make it to, over that bridge?
I just a little slap on the ass. I can't bring it to, I can't bring myself to hurt someone like that. You know what I mean? Believe
awesome. Well, here's the thing. I mean, do you do it to everyone? There might be someone getting their black belt promotion. I'm sure you're not.
Black belts don't get it. Black belts, they did their time. They don't
that's it. How high do we go? When is it? To brown belt? That's it, huh?
And then the black belts don't get it. They've done their time.
Awesome. Learning something every day here on the
the black belts. The black belts do the whipping.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a whole line of there. Yeah, their belts are thick and heavy too. They got years of sweat on them things, man.
That's right.
All right, brother, let's talk about Enigma and how you got involved with them kids over there, and where I met you at that grand opening tournament, bro.
Yeah. So Connor Barry, I started training with Connor Barry too at that time. When I first started training with Mamau, I also met Connor Barry at a barbershop that I was working at. And, he had me going over to Defensive Edge and training with him on the weekends and in between and stuff. And then one day I met Christos there, and I was rolling with Christos, and him and I actually became friends, and from there we stayed in touch over the past year. Once he started making these moves, he put me on pretty much, and I just, and I'm really grateful for everything that he's done. And he's the one who really coined that phrase, Uncle Bobby.
That's a great name there. And you talk about Connor Barry. You work with Defensive Edge too. You jump over there too, right?
Yep. So I do. I mean, Mamau is my home gym. Mamau is my sensei. He's more than just just a professor here. You know what I mean? And everything, all the roads lead back here for me as far as that goes. But I do cross train. I do no-gi training with Connor Barry. I also do private lessons with Placido Santos. And then I go up to Henzo Gracie, New Hampshire, and train under Nick Fury as well.
Woo!
Yeah.
Monsters that you go. Uncle Bobby's getting his ass kicked, isn't he?
That's right. I kicked the last here and there too, though.
Hey, dude.
But not Nick Fury or Placido. No, that don't happen.
Yeah. So, dude, I had one of your training partners on last week, Jack Stapleton, who recently got promoted too. So it's a small world. You guys, I just met you, but. I should have known you for a while because I know Jack and all of them. But, it takes me a little while to get to the older guys, man. I'm all about the young kids first.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, I kind of just started really gaining some notoriety recently. You know what I mean? Like after that Martha Leone tournament, that's when everything started blowing up for me. When Christos and Any Combat Sports kind of put me on.
Yeah, definitely, and we need more of that. They're doing it in big ways. We needed that. We needed something coming out of COVID, in COVID, to light a fire. And these kids came out, not only Christos as a competitor, but as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a dude that can build a team. They're all doing it, man. And I'm happy for you guys, man. You kind of gave us something to look forward to. I mean, we got fighters in MMA that are fighting in the UFC and, in small regional, fights around, around the region, but I mean, not around the country, but to have something actually happening in New England, to this magnitude. I mean, there's a lot of tournaments, a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments to have what Enigma did with New England Combat Sports, pay-per-view promotions and all the people involved. To put that on with the skill level that's there, man, that's something that everyone should come and watch and want to be a part of. As far as with nothing going on, not only just BJJ fans, just combat sports fans in general.
And the media that they're putting out for it is great. It's
Yeah.
like a show. You know what I mean? It's a show. It's like a movie you're watching as well. They're doing a great job with the media.
Exactly, and that's what's bringing, it's bringing the competitors, it's bringing them views, it's bringing them everything, and it's making them want to compete even more and get out there. It's a reward. You know what I mean? You don't have to win. You don't have to get the gold. You don't have to win the money. You watch yourself compete, and they put on a great a highlight or event, streaming it or whatever, man. You got that forever. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, my friend, I did find your barber pictures, but we're gonna show you barber pictures at the end of the interview, man. So Enigma, you were at Enigma. We're gonna get to that a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna move on to your matchup for the next event coming up. Yeah. But how'd you feel at an event? It was great. Like, as far as me, I live in the Providence area. It's masks on all the time. There's no touching. There's no nothing. There's nothing. I went to New Hampshire, which literally was to get to where you guys were competing in Enigma, the gym there, was literally like an hour and 15 minutes, if that, man.
An hour and 15 minutes and you're in America again.
Exactly, and that's what I felt when I walked in there, and while you guys were setting up and stuff like that, it felt like it felt like what the world was like, kind of like normal. You know what I mean? When it was a breath of fresh air. I was telling Christos, I was like, this is like reality. You know what I mean? And it was just great to see, and you guys, it's something that opened my eyes, and I want to be more a part of and watch more of it.
Yeah, we need you, brother.
Yeah, definitely. I'm all over it, my man.
Yep.
So as far as that
the submission grappling is exciting. There's a lot of talented guys out there displaying their skills, and it's nice to be a part of.
It definitely is, and it's just seeing what these kids are doing out there. Not just kids, what the body can do, but what they're, just the progression.
Call me a kid again. It's all right.
Well, dude, compared to me, you're an uncle. I'm a grandfather. They call me Grandfather Steve, not Uncle Steve. So I just look good for my age. That's all. So. These kids out there are wizards. You got Jack Stapleton, you got Christos, you got Fiore, who doesn't look like this kid that wraps your legs into like pretzels, but he just kills you out there. You know what I mean? These different styles of these young killers coming up, man. It must feel great to be in the middle of that.
Yeah, I'm just glad to rub elbows with those guys. To be honest with you,
And a show like that, it was just great to have that much talent, and you guys just putting on it and everyone loving it. And, man, we got a second one coming up.
Yes, sir.
And this time, are you in a super fight or are you in a super fight? So let's explain. Last time you were in a tournament with, was it...
Fight the last one as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You weren't in the tournament. You had that great match right there. Great competitive. What was the kid's name that you went against?
Chris Scott.
Nice kid. Talk to him after. Competitor. Really want. What's that?
Tough guy.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Definitely. Great match, man. Great match up until the end, man. Great, great camaraderie between you guys, man. And I talked to him after, and, man, it's the same thing. When you lose, you're not mad. You're like, shit. You know what I mean? It's more like, I missed it, and that's part of learning, right?
That's right. It gives you film to study. You know what I mean? See where you went wrong, what you need to drill, what you need to work on, so you can get better the next time. At least that's what I do, and I hope other competitors are doing as well.
Excellent. Well, here we are again, man. March, what is it? March 12th? March 13th?
Yeah.
It's a Saturday. You got another tournament coming right now. Let's talk about it, man. How excited are you getting into this? And is this just like the other one? It's a super fight. It isn't. It's not combat jiu-jitsu. It's regular.
No, not combat jiu-jitsu. No, I've been getting hit my whole life. Well, not voluntarily, at least.
Awesome, man. Let me see if I can find this. I want to see if I can find the ad. Here it is right there. And you are going against I don't want to butcher his name, and I should. It's Michael Hebert.
Yeah.
He was in the last tournament, was he not?
Yeah.
He went for, not that I wouldn't have mind seeing him do more, but he went for a flying move in the beginning of his match, and he was disqualified, right?
Disqualified, yeah.
Now let me ask you a question before we get to that. Is that allowed in the super fight, or is it?
No.
All right.
No, for that venue, they have specific rules where they're trying to keep people safe. Because where it's not a huge place, and some flying stuff, you could end up getting into, some can get really badly injured. So they're trying to keep that at a minimum.
I understand totally. Nice guy, man. I follow him on Instagram. Ever since Enigma, I met a lot of jiu-jitsu guys there, women there that I started following on Instagram, checking them out. So he's one of them, and I know he was on New England Combat Sports new podcast. I know you have an episode, I think, coming out soon also with them. Real nice guy. Do you know him other than from maybe meeting him at Enigma?
I met him at the Marsello, and then again I met him in the Enigma tournament. Nice guy.
Really nice guy, and he might be an uncle too. I mean, when I saw him on Instagram talking about competing, he said, I wanted to go against them youngsters over there. So right there, I kind of liked them right away.
That's right.
So
he said the same to me. He said the same thing to me. Appreciates me getting in there with the older guys, just trying to make some waves with these young cats.
Awesome, man. Seems like a really, really good guy. I'm gonna watch his podcast with New England with Nick when we get done, when I drive home today. But talk about the event, talk about the matchup. How you feeling about it? I mean, you didn't get to see him work much, but what are you anticipating here? Is there thoughts going into this match, or do you just work yourself on your own game?
Playing my game. I'm just playing my game and do jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Take what I'm given, try to get myself into positions where I can get a submission, and work my stuff, I sometimes I will study some tape and look at what some guys do and stuff like that. But ultimately too, it's just like, I'm going to go do jiu-jitsu. I'm going to try and stay as sharp as I can, try not to make mistakes and capitalize when the opportunities arise.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, you got a fan here, man. As soon as you said hi to me at the Enigma event, and and then I found you're a Baba. Forget it, man. I love you, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna be talking all the time. I'll be your message.
And I'm Italian too.
Exactly, man. Exactly. There's nothing.
Irish last name, but I'm Italian too.
Yeah, I can tell by your accent, how you talk and everything, and just like I know you want to slap people in the head already. My man. Hey, before I let you give shout outs and get home and take a shower and stuff, your coaches probably get the hell out of my gym, man. It's time. Dude, man, what's in store for you? What's 2021? What's going on? Is it tournaments up until the end of the year? What's going on with you?
I'm trying to do tournaments anytime they come up. You know what I mean? Like anytime something comes up, I want to train it. I want to compete as much as possible. You know what I mean? Just to go through the mental fight of it, and then the actual physical part of it of getting ready for it. Like the year prior, I didn't really compete much. I competed at Naga about a year before, and I did not do well. Right? I did pretty bad. And then from that point on, I literally just went into the lab and just sharpened this sword and just worked on all my stuff. You know what I mean? And now I feel like I'm at a level where I can get out there and I can make some waves. So for 2021, it basically just comes out to me getting better at jiu-jitsu, competing as much as possible, and I want to go to and become a world champion. This year, I'm gonna go to the IBJJF tournaments and try to win a Pan American and try to win a world championship.
Excellent, my man. Well, I love it, man. I love what you got going on, dude. I'm gonna show you Baba pictures before I let you go, and before that, listen, I got an idea with me and you, Uncle and Granddad here. We got a little while before this tournament in March, man. It might make my Baba pissed, but I think I could talk to him, bring him down. You know what I mean? I think I need to come sit in your chair, and I need you to cut my hair while we interview or something like that. Maybe it could be after this next tournament. But you got a bunch going, man. I got to come down, sit in your chair, and we could do an interview right in that chair.
I'd love to do that. That'd be greght.
It'd be cool, man. We could do it. We could do it live. We could do it edited.
Just tell your Bob that I'm borrowing.
Exactly. I'm a hard sort, man. I'm a model over here. How do you do it?
It's easy with people like that. Come on.
Oh my God! All right, my man. I'm gonna show some Baba pictures real quick of you, man. You don't know what they are. They were just a few from your Instagram, but I want to see you in the more. You got the razor, you got the squirt bottle, man. I gotta show you in action. And then wait a minute. Last question about the Baba thing.
What's up?
Does the Baba have a Baba?
The Baba has a Baba. My buddy comes and sees me.
Awesome, my guy. Awesome, my man. But could you cut your own hair if you had to?
I could, but I never was a fan of doing it.
All
Like,
right.
you gotta do all kinds of weird things with mirrors and stuff like that. And like you said, sometimes it's nice to just sit down and have a chat with, get your hair cut and relax.
Exactly, man. Dude, let me just tell you, last thing on the barber shit. You guys, my guy, we've had conversations. We've almost cried together, man. It's been good stuff. I love my barber, man, and I know a ton of people love you for what you do for them. Last thing, Bobby, man, shout outs. How we get in touch with you? I know your Instagram is growing, and these competitions just gonna off the hook, man. Throw it all out there, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, you can get me on Instagram. I don't have a Facebook that I actually use because it got stolen by some guy in Egypt. That's why I don't get on
Punjab, fucking Punjab.
Swear to God, he took all my. But so on my Instagram, Bobby da Baba. So Bobby, BOBBYDABAHBA with the Boston accent. Baba.
Exactly. I got it right here on the screen, man, and you have to say it just like that, brother. And you say it just like that, man. Dude, when I meet people for the first time, I'm in the Providence area and stuff. They think I have like a Boston, New York accent. You have that same fucking one. It's sexy as fuck, bro. It's sexy shit, man.
Deadly.
It's deadly. All right, my man. I'm gonna let you go, brother. It's a pleasure, man. I'll definitely see you at the tournament. I'll be sending out memes daily. Till then, and man, pleasure.
Well, a quick shout out to Mau BJJ. We're at 1011 Fellsway, Medford, Mass. Come by anytime. I want to give a shout out to Christos Papadelos, Enigma Jiu-Jitsu, Connor Barry at Defensive Edge, Placido Santos, Henzo Gracie, a student under John Danaher, Nick Fiore up at Henzo Gracie, New Hampshire, and all those guys up there that we train with.
Awesome, my man. Well, Bobby.
Oh, yeah, any combat sports, too. And if I forgot anybody else, I'm sorry.
That's all right, my man. I think you covered it all, brother. Hey, bro, pleasure, man. Great chatting with you. Great meeting you at the show, and great just being able to pick your brain and, get to know you.
Hey, Steve, one more thing. Actually, I got a shout-out to my wife, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff.
Excellent, my man. Does she come to the competitions?
She comes to some of them, yeah. Some of them she just hangs back, because usually we got the kids, and the kids can be tough to contain. But actually, my son was at the last one.
Awesome, my man. Well, pleasure, brother, and I'm glad everything is looking up, and you're making waves with these kids out there, man. Bro, I'll be talking to you, man, and you have a great week.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Later.
Oh, what an awesome chat, man. That fucking dude is awesome. Let me see if my Instagram is shutting off. I'm just going to shut my Instagram off before. Actually, I'm signing off in a couple of minutes. Bobby McCarron right there. I probably, I thought it was MC, not a capital C, because, I was looking at other posters or whatever. But anyway, great podcast tonight with Nick Marsello from New England Combat Sports. And Bobby McCarron from Mau Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and the Baba. A great friend of mine now. I love that guy already. I love them all. I love all you kids out there. And you are all kids to me because I'm old as fuck. So last thing I want to throw this up one more time is Richie Santiago is fighting on February 12th. Also, Fabio Sorrent fighting on February 12th. LFA. Fabio will be fighting for the LFA light heavyweight 205 professional title there on UFC Fight Pass. I would imagine that is the main event. Richie Santiago will be fighting on same date, only he'll be fighting for Titan FC against, I don't know his first name, Montez, I would imagine. He is 6-0, young dude. Richie is also a young dude, but like I said before, I think his his cage time will be the factor in here. Richie, I have for the win, of course. And Fabio, of course, will either choke this guy out or knock him out with the hands from 401 Boxing. Last thing I'm going to do right here, I'm going to throw up my Connor memes. These two memes right here were off the hook, were my best memes of the weekend. They're still going viral, people out there. So follow, let me throw them up one more time. Follow me on the Ambassador of the Fighters if you want to see a bunch of shit posts. A lot of MMA stuff up there, but I throw a lot of shit posts up there too on MMA and a lot of controversial stuff just to get the chat going, because that's what I do, people. I am that guy that throws the stuff out there no one else wants to throw out there, because I have the balls of steel. So with that said, I'm going to play Enigma 2, I should call it. Their second tournament. This highlight or this promotional video is made by Pay-Per-View Productions, who work alongside Enigma on these tournaments. So with that said, thank you everyone for joining in. Instagram, thank you so much, man. Great show, great show. See you next week. Next week I will have Blaine on. We'll talk about that next week. I don't want to get you woodies. All right, we out. See ya.
Saturday, March 13th, the region's premier grappler battle it out at the Enigma Invitational. Sub only, no supervise. Combat Jiu-Jitsu super fights. An 8-man sub only tournament with $1,000 on the line. Available on demand at regionalcombatsports.com. Saturday, March 13th, the region's premier grappler